guys, what's up? Today's video is going to be about my experience on Accutane. If you don't know what Accutane is, it's a drug that's supposed to cure your acne. How I had it explained to me by my dermatologist was that it just dries out your skin. Like, it leaves it so dry that it literally doesn't produce any oil, so you can't produce any acne because acne is formed by clogged pores. So it can't get clogged if there's nothing filling them in the first place. So let's just backtrack a little bit. I started getting treated for like my skin and everything when I was 9, and I know that's like really young, and I thought I was really young too, but it was something that, you know, that was wanted of me, so I did it. I started out with just like blackheads on my nose, and then it kind of, everything started growing everywhere, and it was kind of annoying. Well, I did a bunch of different things. I went on Proactive. It was just a no. I did a bunch of different other skincare regimens. I took some different supplements. I took some different natural stuff. I went to a naturopath multiple times. I took different antibiotic things that my doctor prescribed to me. I used a bunch of different topical creams. I went to different, I got different therapies done on my face. It didn't do anything. So I went to, when I was in the 10th grade, I went to my optometrist, and he decided to point out how bad my acne was, which was really stellar of him. Still, you know, shout out to Dr. Ty. And so he recommended me to a dermatologist. And so I went to the dermatologist, and she told me, you know what, your skin's messed up. And I was like, girl, I know, thank you, don't gotta tell me that. Right off the bat, I told her, I don't want to go on Accutane. It's just not something I want to do. I'd really like to treat this, you know, topically, or something else we could do, find the root cause of it, not just do it because I've heard a bunch of different side effects and it looked kind of scary, and I just wasn't for it. So she kind of laid it out for me. She's just like, well, this is the only thing that's probably going to work for you. She told me I could think it over, so she gave me this massive pamphlet that had all these really terrifying side effects on it about, like, if I, like, obviously I wasn't doing anything at the time that could give me a baby, but my baby could be all messed up if I got pregnant on Accutane. And there was just a bunch of stuff with your liver and things, and it was not a very exciting time. But I did it anyway. I remember I went home, I thought about it, talked to my mom about it, and she thought it was a good idea. So I was like, you know what? This is just starting to make me angry, this being my face. It had been a really long time. I'd been trying whatever I could. Nothing was working. So, you know, I decided, alright, let's give it a shot. First mistake. I went back to the doctor, and then I told her, you know what, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do this Accutane thing. She's like, alright, cool. So she told me all the stuff I need to do. So from what I can remember, I had to take 8 different blood tests. I was on Accutane for 6 months, so the month before I started it, I had to get a blood test, and then the month after it was done, I had to get a blood test to look for, I don't know, if something was messing up in my body. And so I had to get all these different blood tests done. I also had to keep my skin like really moisturized. And in the 11th grade, I wasn't thinking about my skincare regimen. Like, I wasn't looking for the most moisturizing thing in the world, so I was just given this, you know, Cetaphil moisturizer and cleanser for oily skin. Another side point is that I have GAD, or generalized anxiety disorder. I can talk about that another time. It's not a very fun experience, but you know, it's my life, it's the brain I've been given. People say that when you go on Accutane, your like, anxiety or depression can be increased, and some people say that doesn't happen, but like, I got like hella anxious, like terrible, worst, just awful anxiety during this whole process. There are other things going on, but like, it didn't help, you know, it wasn't a good time. So I started it, and then first thing I noticed is that my skin like blew up. I got so much more acne than I did before, and then I went to the dermatologist, and she's like, no, that's okay, you should expect that. And so I said, okay, girl, I'm putting this in your hands. You put me on this. It's too late to back out now, so let's just get with it. We went forward in our journey. And so, you know, I broke out a bunch, and I kept breaking out for 5 months. I was on it for 6 months, okay? 5th month comes around, and I go to my dermatologist. I'm like, hey, I have these terrible side effects. Well, let me talk about my side effects. First off, my skin was so dry, like it would bleed. Like on my arms, I would literally have these massive patches on my arms that would bleed. My elbows were like insanely dry. It didn't matter what I put on them. I used to put like a Vaseline kind of thing, but like a extra strength Vaseline thing, like Aquaphor or whatever. I put that on my elbows. It didn't do anything. It would like crack and they would bleed and it hurt so bad. My lips were constantly dry. It didn't matter how much water I drank, what kind of lip balm. I remember I went through like 4 different lip balms. Which, like, I don't know, people don't do that, right? People just lose them. But no, I didn't lose them. I used them up. And so I went through 4 different lip balms, didn't do anything. My lips were dry and crusty and dusty all throughout this experience. And it was gross. I had rips on the side of my mouth, like literal rips. Like if I opened my mouth too wide, they would rip open. And this didn't help because I was in a school play where I had to scream all the time. You gotta open your mouth wide to scream, okay? So it would rip open all the time and it hurt so bad. My hair fell out. I already have thin hair. I've always had thin hair. And so I used to wash it every day. And like, no one told me not to, okay? I thought I was being hygienic. And so I would wash it every day. And she didn't tell me I shouldn't do this. My dermatologist didn't tell me. And then I would wash my hair and I'd pull out like a bunch of clumps out of my head. And it was just a very stressful time. You know, I'm in the 11th grade at this point. I don't want to be losing my hair. You know, I'm not ready for that. Let that be a later, you know, menopausal thing. I'm not down for it yet, okay? So I'm losing my hair, my arms are bleeding, my elbows are bleeding, my mouth is like ripped open. I'm as anxious as I've ever been in my life, like literally crying, panicking all the time. Terrible, 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 terrible anxiety that nothing could fix. And this is kind of gross, my eyes would be hella crusty. And I know it sounds disgusting, but when I would wake up in the morning, I literally would have to like rip my eyes open because this part would be like stuck together with some like sleep or I don't know what the heck it was, but it was stuck and it was so painful and disgusting and I'd have to like rip it out of my eyes before school, which was really, really gross. I used to play a lot of sports in high school. Like I played all the sports. Like you name a sport, I played it. Okay, I love sports. I still do. Sports fantastic. Even though I got asthma, it's cool. We still play it and we still having a good time. But while I played, my skin would burn. Like it hurt to sweat. Like I would be running in the gym and be like near tears because my skin would burn and nothing would fix it. I could moisturize, whatever. Didn't do anything. My skin would just burn. I sweat and I burned and it was terrible and everything just burned and hurt and bled all the time. It was awful. Makeup, you couldn't cover your face with makeup. Like my face is not only exploding with acne but now dry as all hell, so if I put any makeup on top of it, it would just look disgusting. So it was just like, hey, do I want to look just red and gross or do I want to look just like a batch of cake, like just a cakey, nasty, dry mess? You tell me, because I didn't know what to do. And my under eyes would be really dry and nasty and like I didn't have under eye cream. I was in grade 11, okay? I didn't do that. Oh, I was super sensitive to the sun. Like I went on a trip to Quebec City and we went tubing, like, you know, you sit in the tube and you go down a little hill of snow, and I got a sunburn. A sunburn in the winter, in the middle of winter. Like, I understand that there's the sun out and stuff, but you just don't think about that, okay? I didn't think to bring my sunscreen when I went on my trip in the middle of the winter time, okay? But I got a sunburn and it sucked and it hurt so bad. Ooh, terrible, terrible time. So, you know, I'm getting my blood tests. I'm doing what I can. I'm moisturizing with the moisturizer I have been told to use. And I asked her, yo, no, can I use a more intense moisturizer? You know, one maybe for dry skin? She was just like, no, use this. And I was listening to her because I'm not a dermatologist, okay? I didn't like watch on YouTube different skincare things, which I should have, but I didn't. So we get to the 5th month and my acne is still there. It's still showing in all its glory. I'm pissed off. I'm anxious. I'm dry as hell. I'm uncomfortable. So I go to my dermatologist. I'm like, listen, girl, I was promised a solution. I am not solved, okay? This is not working. And she's like, no, just wait. Wait until, you know, the 6 months and you should be okay. So I'm like, okay. That 6th month, my skin cleared up. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm feeling this. I'm happy. Okay, this is good. I'm still, you know, in all these different symptoms I was experiencing before. I still have them, but at least my skin is clear, which, I mean, it's a rather large price to pay for just like momentary clear skin. So 6 months is done. I get off of the Accutane. We did a little follow-up thing and she gives me this topical cream. She's like, okay, you gotta use this for like the rest of your life, every single night. I'm like, like, you didn't tell me that. She's like, well, you do. And I was like, well, oh, well, dang, I guess I'm stuck. I would use a cream, and the cream was so uncomfortable, and like my skin was still trying to understand what moisture was again because I was off the pills, but still now I have this topical cream that's freaking me out. So skin is clear for a month, alright? And then acne starts coming back. And I go to her and I'm like, hey, Mrs. Dermatologist lady, I was promised this would be gone. And she's like, oh yeah, you probably just have to do another round of treatment. See, I was under the impression after these 6 months of hell, I would be done. See, no more problems here. It would be fine. For everybody else that I had ever spoken to, either they went off of it right away and so we couldn't really understand what happened with them, or it worked for them, okay? So no one was telling me that I had to do it for another round. And my acne wasn't even that bad. Like, I've seen a really bad cystic acne on people. I had cystic acne, but it wasn't that bad. Like, my whole face wasn't a zit, like only like 75% of it. So like, I don't know. And I was pissed. I was really freaking pissed because I had gone through all of these months of torture, literal like emotional distress and physical pain to clear up this problem that I never really had an issue with, more so like other people in my life did, so I wanted to fix it for them so they would just like stop, you know, leave me alone. But it didn't do anything. It was such a temporary solution. And then she's here saying, oh, you just do 6 more months of that. Like, girl, no, okay? I'm still growing. I still got hormones bouncing around, alright? Everything is still freaking out inside of me. No more. So, I didn't do it. I didn't do another round of Accutane because it was literally one of the worst experiences of my entire life. And now whenever anybody brings it up, I get like stressed. I get very stressed because it was just such a terrible experience. And I understand that it's been a couple years, you know, they might have improved the medication or whatever. I don't remember what the name of my one was called. There was like different types. Mine was like Roaccutane. But these past couple years, I've found a different skincare regimen that works for me and doesn't make me crazy. So, I'm digging it. My advice to you, if you're on Accutane and it's working for you, that honestly makes me very happy because I know that it's something that is damaging and it ruins your self-confidence. I know for me, like, I'm still trying to find confidence with my acne-prone skin and it's difficult, but you know, you gotta live your life. So if Accutane's working for you, that makes you really happy. And if anyone has any stories about their Accutane experience, I'd love for that to be in the comment section. I want us to just talk about it, and you know, personally, I love to roast Accutane, but if you want to bring it up, girl, bring it up, okay? Because for some, it's just like with a regular skincare thing. For some people, it works and it's awesome, but for some people, it doesn't, and that's okay. But I'm here to tell you, if Accutane didn't work for you, or if it's not working for you, it's okay. One day, you're gonna find a routine that works for you and puts the acne at bay, or at least like decreases it, and you know, it makes it work. If you guys want a skincare routine of what I've been doing, you know, hit your girl up. I'll probably do it anyway, so you can ask me really nicely and I'll do it sooner. I don't know. That's all I really wanted to say about it. Long story short, Accutane sucked. But doesn't suck for everybody. Sucked for me. Really freaking sucked for me. But it might not suck for you. And if it doesn't suck for you, sick. But if it does suck for you, hit me up. We can talk about it. We can both, you know, get angry together. It's fun. We'll have a good time. Okay. This is random, but I hope you guys enjoyed my story. I like talking about this. It makes me feel a lot more confident on the camera. So if you want more stories about my life, or my skin, or whatever the heck you want, I don't know, hit me up. I just did a tutorial on this eye look situation going on, so that'll be either going up before this video or after this video. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll see. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. And start a discussion in the comments. I'd really love to talk to you and get to know you guys, and we can all become friends because it's always fun making more friends. Alright guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. Talk to you later. Bye.